This is Leon King, and we are drinking at Moe's.
This is Drinkin at Mo's, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's also mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with Drinkin at Mo's, where we don't quit. Drinkin at Mo's, that's where it's at. Like a power bomb, we hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, always a scream.
All right, everybody, taking time out before we get this show started. I want to thank Reaper Apparel for having Drinking Mo's be a brand ambassador for their clothing line. They got good stuff. They got t-shirts, they got hoodies, they got beanies, they got lots of great stuff, encouraging everybody to break out of their comfort zone, live their best self, and hey, it's something I try to live every day. Now, be sure when you go and you're finishing filling out your order, use the code Drinking at Moe's, get 10% off, and the link and the code will both be in the description. Let's fucking go. All right, everybody, welcome Drinking at Moe's. Big Mo here. You know the drill by now. YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, because YouTube's algorithm continues to be a pain in the ass. Where most places you can find the audio podcast too. Today, I'm excited with me, Leon King. I love getting to highlight people out of the Midwest. And man, I am seeing stuff popping up about you all over the place.
Surprise!
But yeah, like I said, I love highlighting people from the Midwest. I've actually had, I see you popping up a lot with either Rugged or EWA, and I've actually had Phelps on, and man, that guy's one busy dude.
Yes, he is. Very, very busy.
So, first thing I'd like to start off with everybody with is what got you started as a fan, and then what got you deciding to make that leap into the business?
So what got me in as a fan, had to be my grandpa. He, I shit you not, when I was younger, I literally thought he was the Undertaker. I'm not kidding, dude. It had the Brillo hair, like all grungy, and dude, I played it at some point, you know. But he got me into wrestling by introducing me to the Undertaker, and after I watched him versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, I was just hooked. Every and it definitely was 25 because I remember the entrances. So
yeah, the one where it was like, Undertaker, big, dark, scary guy, and then you have, Shawn Michaels, born again Christian, just all like
definitely a heaven versus hell scenario. It was so dope.
oh yeah.
Had me hooked, man. And after that, I would start going on my trampoline. Said, "Do not try this at home." I was in the back, flipping off and doing stuff.
Oh yeah, no, that whole thing. I doubt very many of us kids growing up during those time frames when they would legit play it before every damn show.
Even the video.
I don't think any of us listen to the damn thing. We all have stories of those big trampolines and just practicing all sorts of crazy shit.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that was when I wanted to do it. What like triggered me actually going was I hit up a promotion or a school down in North Carolina. And I went down there and trained with them for about 3 months, which was so much fun. I had a blast down there. I was at Firestar Pro Wrestling, and I was getting by LeBron Cozone. I love Cozone. Um, I had such a blast, but financial reasons,
Mm.
it's hard living by yourself,
Oh yeah.
especially
Oh,
as a wrestler, man. That's crazy.
oh yeah.
But I hit them up and I was like, "Hey, I want to be a wrestler," and he's like, "Well, come down to visit." So I did. I took a vacation down there. I toured the school. I seen a ring for the first time, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like goosebumps. This is it. I'm doing it. So I moved down there in the next year and trained there for 3 months. Pretty dope. Pretty good experience.
Oh yeah. And with getting into like reputable training schools now, it's not like it was back when I was born in like 1983. God damn. The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, God damn it, I'm fucking old. But like back then, like reputable schools, like you'd have to be really traveling sometimes halfway across the damn country.
Yes.
Now it's like no matter what region of the country you're in, you can literally find something in your area.
Yes. Absolutely. It's so funny you say that because like moved out to North Carolina, going to this big name school, and then I see Austin Phelps's school, and I'm like, "Hello, where was this when I was there? Where was this?"
Oh yeah, hell, Iowa. Fouts is one I know. Well, one's running in Omaha now, but they've had stuff in Iowa, and then I know Black and Brave Academy. I've had a handful of people on. I've even had the Brave of Black and Brave Academy on, so that was something fun.
Heck
But
yeah.
yeah, no, like there's schools out there that like when you hear somebody talking about they were from Black and Brave Academy, they're like, oh, okay, I need to keep my eye on you.
Yep. Um, that's one thing I will say is Black and Brave, they create so many superstars. And I've seen it with my very own eyes. Maggie Lee,
Mm.
she is one of my favorites on the indies right now.
Oh
And
yeah.
when you see her in person, her presence, her aura is everything a superstars is.
Oh yeah. There's definitely those people out there that they definitely have that. Whatever that is, they got it because just from the way they initially come out from behind that curtain, it's just
Yes.
like you just see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But one thing I will say is Leon King did not go to Black and Brave, and Leon King is the star of the show anywhere I go. And
Mm-hmm.
that,
Oh yeah, no, I've been like I said, I've been hearing plenty about you, and you know what? Before we get into some of the places you've been in, one other question that I have for you here. I believe I've actually seen you at some of the Des Moines stops for Revolver, like
absolutely,
at least in the crowd, because I think the last one I went to was the Cage of Horrors show. Holy,
yeah,
that whole show just one big holy shit, especially the main event. But like
absolutely.
I saw you, and then I was like, I didn't want it to be like one of those where you think you saw somebody, and then you go up and like, oh shit, okay, that's not all right. I feel awkward now. That's my biggest fear when I think I see somebody somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to go ask them, but then I don't want to go ask them and then it not be them.
It definitely was me. One thing I will say is I am a huge Revolver mark.
Oh, same.
So I will listen. What I am doing right now is I really, really love their product. So I
Hmm.
want to help them in any way possible.
Oh,
whether
same.
whether that's set up or tear down or anything that they need from me, I will be there. And soon I'm actually planning to go out to Ohio. Um,
Oh,
I want
nice.
I want to go check out the Pile Driver Academy out there.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've been hearing great things about it.
me too. And I also want to go out there to help them set up with one of their big shows out there too. So,
Oh, yeah. I've
yeah.
been having somebody tell me I need to make it out to one of the Ohio stops, and I'm like, I've been meaning to, but especially right now with expecting a little one on the way, it's like,
Hmm.
am I going to be able to do that right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, revolver shows, like I've only been to the Des Moines stops, but they're like a damn party the whole
Yeah.
freaking time.
And the energy,
Oh,
like, oh my God. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it.
oh yeah. No, I have not had a
Hey,
bad experience there.
I swear I will be on a Revolver show. I swear by it. I'm going to work so hard to get to one of those shows because the energy is just insane from start to finish.
Oh yeah. It's like I've had people from there on, like I've had Phil Stamper, I've had Sean T, the ring announcer, and I'm like, man, there's two, like, well, technically three, because one of them helped get me started watching independent wrestling out in California when I was stationed there. But
Okay.
there's two other uh promotions on the independent level that it's like bucket list with the podcast, like hell, maybe getting a shot at commentary since I've now jumped into that realm of things.
Have you? That's fun. I love
Oh,
commentating.
oh God. I literally just a little over a week ago made my commentary debut, and the main event I got to call a match for Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Man, that was fun, and I actually got his contact info. I gotta we're gonna get that lined up.
Heck
But
yeah.
Revolver and Matt Tremont's promotion out in New Jersey, H2O. I
Okay.
want to work for them.
My two.
Oh, and MPX out in down in Texas, the one that Athena and Matthew Palmer helped out with.
Oh, sick. Yeah, that would be dope.
And any one of those, I want to work there.
Yes. As Revolver, Deadlock Pro.
Mm.
I love Deadlock Pro. I've helped with so many of their shows, especially when I lived in North Carolina. And I actually just went to Chicago for one of their shows to help out too. Um,
Nice.
I love Deadlock Pro. And I'm actually trying to get on Dreamwave as well.
Okay.
I've definitely been hearing a lot about Dreamwave.
I've
And especially Miss Maggie and Brittany Brooks.
yeah. I've had a few people from out that way on, so hell, any one of those would be freaking awesome. I want to be able to travel more, but that's one thing that especially once this kid gets here, is like probably going to be like a family vacation where like they might go do something and then not like at night I go to the wrestling show, some stuff like that. But before I get into too big of a tangent, which Lord knows that happens with me on this damn show, I, I like talking with everybody about how they came up with their in-ring persona, because, you know, especially when getting that start, it's like that feeling out process, you know, what's going to stick here. And, you know, the same thing isn't going to work everywhere. So what's going to work the majority of the spots? How did you come up with yours?
Me personally, Leon King is me.
Those are
I
the best ones.
and everybody always says like the best character is you times 10.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't me times 10. This is me, period. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
imagine what it's going to be like when it's up by 10. Honestly, when I knew how it was going to be when I started training. When I was training, every time I took a bump or every time I had to sell or you know, every time I had to get up, I always did it in a way my character would or how I would. So it just came so naturally. When I came out to the ring, it's just like the king is here. Just witness me, whatever you want to do.
You know, and with certain characters, it's like definitely you can tell that authenticity when it's just them, like it just clicks. And
Yeah.
that's what a lot of times it resonates with the fans because they can tell that authenticity. And one thing I'm liking now is things are a lot, especially in the pro wrestling world, like there's a lot of places that are way more accepting of a lot of different, ethnicities and identities and this and that than they were back in the, you know, back growing up when I was in like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
Like I think back to Canyon when like he, especially seeing the whole Dark Side of the Ring episode where it was like explaining everything that he was going through, and it's like, man, if he would only have been able to stick around to now to see how everything is now, man, that would have been something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing, and I've explained this with a lot of people, well, and they've talked to me about it, is not wanting to be seen as, you know, you're, I'm trying to, you're this gay wrestler, you're this whatever ethnicity wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
when you want it to just get to the point where, you know what, yeah, I am this and I'm a wrestler, but I just want to get to that point where I'm just known as a kick-ass wrestler, period.
It's so funny that you're bringing this up because I think it was like a few months ago. Somebody called me the gay wrestler, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so over that. I'm not a stereotype.
Yeah.
When I get in the ring, everybody knows me because I get in there, I kick ass, I get cash, and I dip. That is king shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be, the gay wrestler. I'm known as the king. That's what you can refer to me as. But I posted it on Facebook and I made a post about it. And the amount of like support that
Mm.
came and was like, listen, like, who cares? If you're the gay wrestler, you're just but honestly,
No.
I just so much support and so much love from that. So it's okay that I am the gay wrestler because at the end of the day, the gay wrestler is the king. So
Mm-hmm.
just let everybody know that.
Mm-hmm. No, and I've been lucky enough to have a handful of great people from that community on, and hell, you watch a bunch of their matches and you're like, yeah, no, they got a point. They are just a kick-ass wrestler, period. And I mean, you see people out there like, hell, the big example everybody thinking of independent wrestling would more than likely think of, Effie. Like, he's
Oh my.
he's known as like, not only is he that, but good lord, he is probably one of the best wrestlers out there right now.
So Effie is one of my dream opponents.
Though that, you know what, I was just thinking about that. That would be pretty epic.
um Honestly, I would be fighting Effie sooner, but I think I need to get ready, Effie. I think Effie is on a whole nother level, and I just need to catch up. So I'll be seeing Effie soon, but I want to make sure I'm ready to see Effie, you know?
Oh yeah. No, if you want to be like, everybody sometimes has those levels of like they're at a show that, let's say, it might be one of their first like bigger attendance shows, and all of a sudden you're stepping out there and you still will have that moment of holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was the same way I felt making my damn entrance at my commentary debut. Like the music hit, and I'm like, holy shit, they're announcing me first. And
Oh
then
yeah.
I'm walking out there, and like I had this whole part of the song playing where I was gonna do the whole thing with the beers, and then I'm just like, holy shit, okay, I got out here a little quicker. Okay, so I'm like, okay, now I got to time that down a little better.
The first time I ever made like my entrance, I dead ass had a panic attack. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I can't move. And my promoter is like screaming at me, like, go out there, go. I'm like, fuck off.
Oh yeah, no, I can
It,
totally relate. It's just that holy, like I told my wife a couple days before that it's like, man, the butterflies are really sitting in right now. She's
yeah.
like, why? It's like, okay, I come to the realization that maybe the in-ring side of the business wasn't going to be for me. My back issues from the Navy and all that, I wasn't going to be able to do that full time. So then the podcast started picking up, and I'm like, well, maybe commentary. And then somebody offered it to me. And then, holy shit, I got like one more day until this is actually happening. And then, literally standing there in the back waiting for the music, I'm like,
Eek.
literally holding a can. I'm like, if I would have squeezed it any harder, it would have just,
Heck no.
yeah. So, yeah, I totally get it. And now, a couple places, because I've been hearing some good things about EWA, Eminent Wrestling Alliance. I haven't been able to make it out to a show, but I have not really heard a bad thing about them. It just seems like exciting shows pretty much everywhere they go.
Say that one more time.
Oh, it just seems like exciting shows everywhere they have a show.
Period.
Period.
EWA is that. Um, every single time me and the boys hit the road, we just know it's going to be magic. Uh, there, I love my home promotion. EWA is where it's at, and we are taking over Iowa. So remember that.
Mm-hmm. That you guys sure are seeming to do just that. Like I know some of my good friends. One in particular, I actually just saw on a event poster. I want to say this last weekend. Bo got.
Oh,
I was like, I saw him. I'm like, somebody else was posting about ooh, getting to see him on a show, and I'm like, yeah, you always know you're in for a hard hitting treat whenever you see him on the damn card.
let me say one more thing. Bogat is one of my dream opponents, and me and him have talked multiple times about having a match because he knows that he is a dream opponent of mine. And let me just say, the day that match happens, be ready because that is the day I cement my legacy as why I call myself the king.
Mm,
And it
yeah.
won't be.
Oh yeah. No, and that match, whenever that happens, please let me know, because like I want to be there for that.
Yeah.
Because just thinking about it, the king versus the death match daddy. It's like that right there just sounds like epicness personified.
Yeah. I was actually the hottest topic was doing a show, and I was actually gonna go up against Brandon Nitro.
Mm.
The well, the bang daddy.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the bang. It has
Uh,
the bang energy drink. Yeah.
yes, I loved it. I was like the king versus the bang daddy. I love it here. That's great.
Oh yeah, man. You know what? I think I actually saw that advertisement. Man, there props to Brandon Nitro because good lord, to be able to take something as, and no offense to him, as goofy as hell, but he just has this way of like drawing you in. Like you
He's
can't.
like
Go ahead.
he's definitely iconic for sure. Like
Oh, oh yeah. Just good lord, I've seen some entrances where he's just like drinking the bang, and then he just starts, and then it's like, go. I can't help but watch. Like there's sometimes where I'm like, what am I watching? But then I'm like, I can't help but have my eyes glued to this.
right. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you because he's good. He's so good.
And then like I said, I've been hearing great things. And what has your experience been like there? Because you said it's your home promotion.
Hmm.
Everybody has that special place for what they consider their home promotion. What has it been like for you? For somebody like me that hasn't been to a show there, what is something you feel like they could look forward to it potentially being their first time at an EWA show?
So EWA, I think as the amount of people rise in our audience, first of all, let me just say our audience, the energy is there all night long. I mean, it is one of the most energetic Iowa shows I've been to, period. EWA really is that, you know? Um,
Oh,
but just the stories that we tell,
I've been hearing good about it. Yeah.
the stories that we tell, the stories that we get the audience hooked onto. Um, but at the end of the day, like it's family. We all
Mm.
are big family there, and we make sure our audience feels loved and appreciated. And we go out and we all say hello and give our hugs. And honestly, it's just one big family, and everyone comes out to watch our story.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome. I
it,
love hearing about stuff like that because everybody's heard about some places where the community that's the roster is, well, there's drama everywhere,
yeah,
and there's places out there that the drama is a little more prevalent when you try to especially trying to be the new person. But then to have places like that where it's a family, where you have that support everywhere you go, that's what I love hearing about, because there's enough negativity out there. Just trying to concentrate on the positive sometimes can be easier said than done. So when you have a solid group like that, that's awesome.
yeah, and it really is awesome because like you said like there's like drama in a lot of these communities, and there is no drama in the EWA community, period. And the ones that do try to like have their little straggler moments, we kick them to the curb, and you can have that weird energy to yourself.
Yeah.
Be in
No,
your that's fine.
no, that's the way it should be. Now, like I said, kind of at the beginning, I've seen you showing and promoting stuff all
Yes.
over, like Chicago style.
Mhm.
Now, okay, there is a match that you shared the event thing for, a last man standing match featuring Warhorse. Now, as somebody that's been a fan of Warhorse for a while, ever since the days where he was a Viking in a tag team and getting to be a special guest ring announcer for a show he was on, and then seeing everywhere he's been since, and running into him a handful more times, knowing what he can do, you put him in a last man standing match. Holy shit.
But who's his opponent?
I wish I put his name down. For some reason, I didn't put his name down, and now I can't remember.
Is Conan Lycan.
Oh, God, yeah, I've heard lots about him. Oh, God, that's going to be freaking killer.
He's that dude for real. And he is freakish athletic. Like, it's insane.
I have been, I've had the pleasure of getting to see some people in action that, you think for somebody with as much muscle or with, the weight that they're at, that, wouldn't be able to pull off something like that. But having met guys like Bronson Reed, or there's a guy out in California that I know, Terex, that, like, okay, this guy, imagine a little bit bigger than Bronson Reed, pulling off a standing moonsault from like right in the middle of the ring. And I'm like, first time I saw that, I'm like, jaw on the floor. And then the next show, I took a friend of mine, and I could tell when that guy was about to do that.
Yeah.
So I like nudged my friend. I'm like,
yeah.
And just seeing their reaction was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of those guys out there that, like, you wouldn't think they'd be able to move like that. But then seeing them do it, you're like, you can't help but have your jaw on the floor.
Yeah, literally. I wish I could. Listen, Leon King don't do flippy stuff.
No, oh God, that is definitely me, especially with the, the back stuff. I've already had times where, like, I can literally feel like the lower part of my spine is just compounding down on itself. It's never a fun feeling. So yeah, trying to pull off some flippy stuff and then, have that person not be there to land on, or hell, even having them there. Nope, it ain't gonna be pretty. My wife, if I weren't already dead after attempting something like that, she'd probably kill me.
Yeah. I was trying to teach a flippy guy how to do a flippy move, and I broke my ankle.
Oh God.
I'm not doing it anymore. I'm over it.
Nope. I'm like, oh God. FTR used to have the shirts that was like, no flips, just fists.
Yes.
I'm like, yep, nope, that would be me. I ain't doing the flippy shit, but I'll knock your teeth down your throat.
That part. That part.
Yep. And then, I've heard about River City Championship Wrestling.
Yes.
I've heard a little bit about them, but for somebody that, you're a little more familiar with their product, what has been your experience, like, going to their shows or helping them out?
I've actually been wrestling for that company. And once again, like, I really love the environment. I mean, I haven't really had an issue with the environment, just stupid stuff I was doing, green stuff that I was doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really haven't had a bad time at RCCW. It's always been a great time. I just got to wrestle against Paul Verk.
Ooh.
And I loved that match.
Nice.
Such a fun
Is that up on YouTube? Because I need to go watch that shit.
I don't think so, but when it does come out, the world needs to see it, because we beat each other up all across a resort. So
nice.
It's a great time.
That is my type of shit.
It's cool.
yeah, the hardcore style, the deathmatch style, they're just the, you know, hey, there's basically no rules. Here you go.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Oh, goddamn. I thought, okay, that wasn't my phone. Okay,
Oh,
we're good.
that's fine. It's talking about.
Yeah, it happens. Well, I have two categories here. One's a bit of a name game where I name off some people. You give me quick thoughts on them. And I try to theme it towards the guests as much as possible. And, us both being in the Midwest here, I picked out some names that I believe just about anybody would know. Although there's a couple of these that I guess I forgot they were from the Midwest. So I learned some new one putting my notes together. But like I said,
I not know these names. I'm so sorry.
oh shit, you're fine. Wouldn't be the first time I've had that happen. But like each of these, I would be surprised if a lot of people
Okay.
didn't know about these. So first one, I think I'm pretty safe when asking about this guy. Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah. Legendary.
Oh yeah. And although okay, it takes somebody special to, come to the ring and some of the stuff that he's been like, not very many people can pull that off. Coming into the ring and some of the stuff that he's come to the ring in.
Wait till I get to there.
That I have no doubt about that. But yeah, he's
yeah,
like he can pull off some of that outlandish stuff, but then it's like he could sure as hell back it up.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. He's very fun. Cannot wait to be on his level.
That would be epic. All right, next one. The Viper himself, Randy Orton.
Heck yeah, definitely legendary.
Oh yeah. Some of the stuff that I've had against him doesn't even involve in the ring. Being a military veteran, some of the stuff from his life, with how he got out of the Marines, I was like, eh. But then, you watch him and everything that he's been able to accomplish, it's like you can't take away from that. Like he is on that level to where like he's had chances to become like the person with the most world heavyweight title reigns. It's like you do not get to that level by accident.
Right.
All right. Next one, I've actually got a funny story about this guy.
Okay.
And I haven't really seen him around in a little bit, but Baron Corbin.
Yeah. I listen. Baron Corbin is good at his job. When I literally can't even stand him in it, like I've never even met the guy. Like he's good at his job.
Oh yeah. Although,
phenomenal. He's a really good wrestler. He's been pulling off some lucha stuff I've been seeing lately.
I've seen some of that. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
My whole thing there, my funny. Well, I get a laugh out of it. I was gonna go on Twitter because I found this funny meme that it went with whatever storyline he was in at the time. I was going on Twitter. I was going to tweet it at him. But then I'm like, hell, why isn't he showing up? And then I go and I find out, like, he fucking blocked me. And I'm like, it's one thing when it's like, like you look back and you're like, oh yeah, that probably did it. I have not been able to find that. Like to this day, I have no idea.
Heck no.
It's just funny because
iterate.
Yeah, it's whatever though. But much like the stuff with Randy Orton, he And like you said, even you got to be doing something right when you may never have met them personally, but just that character suspends your disbelief enough to where you're like, I've never even met him, but I can't stand that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
About him.
Now, this last guy, he's apparently out of the WWE now.
Okay.
But, he's already got some stuff lined up post WWE.
Okay.
The almighty Bobby Lashley.
Oh, does he really? Where's his next appearance at?
Oh God, I think I'm forgetting if it was MMA or boxing.
Oh, sick.
He's got something lined up.
That's crazy, actually.
But yeah, like he had stuff going. Like it's always weird when you see about all of a sudden somebody randomly getting released. But it's like when you haven't seen them in a while, it's like you kind of get it. Like, oh, they haven't been around in a while, blah, blah, blah. But when he literally had a whole storyline going with the Street Profits and all that, and then all of a sudden, oh, he's gone. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, literally. You know who just got fired?
Yeah.
Odyssey Jones.
Oh, God, yeah. Dude, I was just hearing about some of that stuff today, and I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah. That's pretty insane.
Yeah. Like, literally, when you're given a sidewalk slam to both the AOP, and then all of a sudden, oops, you're fired.
Like,
well, I mean, and understandably so, if everything that is being said comes out to have actually happened,
right.
then by all means, you don't get to get away with stuff like that just because you're a WWE superstar.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, shit like that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, the people getting released like that, not. Yeah, you know what I meant.
No, back when they were releasing everybody through the COVID era, I was shocked by the names they were releasing. Like
God, yeah.
They should have never released Bray Wyatt.
Oh man, I am. You know what? Before we get on to the next category, I am of the firm belief that if he would have had like the original Wyatt family stuff going on now versus the creative team behind it now versus who had it then, holy shit, we have something amazing.
And the Wyatt Six with
I'm loving it.
That would have been insane.
Oh yeah. And funny little tie-in with the podcast. I actually had former Ring of Honor 6-man tag champ Dutch on.
Okay.
Teaming with Vincent right now in AEW and Ring of Honor.
Okay.
But when I had him on, I posted, I don't think it was the actual episode. It might have just been I posted about having recorded with him.
Yeah.
The next day, I'm on my way home, and I get this Twitter alert, and I'm like, okay, I get to a stoplight. I'll see what's up, because I didn't recognize the little picture that pops up.
Right.
Like, shit. I get to a stoplight. It was Bray Wyatt. He had liked the tweet about having.
My goodness.
And like, I about dropped my phone. So I'm like, God damn. And then I literally messaged Dutch right back. And I'm like, are you friends with Bray Wyatt? And then he's like, oh, yeah. And talked about it a little bit. I'm like, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was some, because, somebody of that caliber liking something might I still, I can be my own worst critic. So me thinking somebody
Same.
of that caliber liking something about my little show, having one of his friends on, I'm like, dude, this
Right.
is freaking awesome.
That is
And,
freaking awesome.
and I actually have something planned for when my son arrives. It's due date's not till January, but
January what?
15th.
Okay.
But it's looking like they'll be inducing shortly after Christmas. But
Really?
I got this thing planned because I found this little plush thing of a somewhat cartoonish looking version of the Bray Wyatt from like his last run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I already like the idea popped up, and my wife at first was like thinking like, oh God, what now? Another wrestling thing. She supports my love of it, but she, doesn't completely get it, which that's fine.
Yeah.
But my plan, and I'm like, I have the thing bought and everything. It's waiting. It's either gonna be me with my son with the toy, or just my son with the toy, and tagging JoJo and Bo and
Uh-huh.
maybe a few others, and just saying welcome to the world, little Firefly.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So like I got my mind made up. I'm doing it. It's just a matter of me remembering to take it to the hospital when that
Yeah.
time comes. Because good Lord, I'm probably gonna be like, oh God, did I remember everything?
Yeah. Where's the toy?
Where is it? I need it. All right. So moving on to the next thing. My random questions. Some might be wrestling related, some might not be.
Okay.
Some might have absolutely nothing to do with anything we've talked about so far.
Okay.
First one is literally the first and the last one are the only two that I like. Those spots never change.
Okay.
The first one, I leave it in because I love the stories I get behind it. Craziest in match moment for you?
Craziest in match moment.
I know it can be a little tricky sometimes, and I've heard some good ones.
Um, Honestly, craziest in match moment. Probably kicking Paul Verk into an ice cooler.
Okay, yeah, that would do it.
Um, yeah, I kicked him in the ice cooler and then he shoved my head in a garbage can.
That would count.
So I think that might be like
Yeah, I've
just anyway.
oh yeah, no, that would definitely count. Like I've heard everything from you know somebody. Oh God, a more recent one was somebody was the crowd was a little closer, and all of a sudden they just feel this sharp pain in their ass, and then they look back. No, this old lady stabbed him in the ass with something, and
Oh hell no.
I've heard people getting dropped on their heads and stuff and getting knocked out. I I've actually had a ECW original on, and he told me about a match with New Jack,
Yeah.
and where they got told specifically to be careful with the venue, is having to pay back the venue for damaging shit, whatever. And they both proceed to end up going through a wall. And
Oh,
then Paul Heyman starts screaming at them after. Yep, I've heard some doozies, and I've seen some doozies. Like, hell, that main event to the Revolver Cage of Horrors show.
God.
That whole match,
Was
craziness.
ridiculous. That was
Fire involved twice.
yes.
Man.
And then slammed through it twice. That's
Oh
insane.
God, yeah. Yeah, that was whew. Although I have to say, anything involving people of, like, I guess the former second gear crew, literally all you got to do is say those three letters, SGC. Craziness.
Yeah.
Like, I've literally got to joke with each one of them, telling them in person that their matches might as well be sponsored by Home Depot.
Yeah.
They all loved it.
That's a con.
Oh yeah. Nope. I like when they all liked it, I'm like, yes. Because like I'm the type of fan at a show that, like, especially in the show, I like getting people to crack. Whether it's one of the wrestlers, whether it's one of the, like, the ref, the ring announcer, managers, whoever. I've had some pretty big names that I've gotten to crack too, like Mike Bennett here in Omaha. There was a part where, like, the crowd had just died down a little bit, and I just yelled out, "Adam!" And like you can see him looking down, like. And then I talked to him about it after the show, and he's like, "You pop the hell out of me." I'm like, "Yes." And then when AEW did Collision in Council Bluffs, I was like third row right behind the announce desk.
Okay.
And it was earlier in that week, Tony Storm had made a comment about, I'm wanting to say it was Mariah May slapping the tits off her opponent. So I'm like, oh God, tell me Tony Storm is going to be there. And then she was. And then I literally got Luther like, what the fuck? Because I just yelled out, slap her tits off. And then the only bad part about that one, though, I went to go watch the show back to see if, like, oh man, did they catch it on camera? They did, but it was during one of those picture-in-picture moments. And I'm like, motherfucker, what? I could see it. Like, I could clearly see the reaction I got out of them. So I'm like, okay, I'll deal with that.
Period.
All right. The next question here. All right. I've actually had a couple of these, but have you ever, like, ran into, like, WWE, AEW wrestler at, like, a completely random location?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was downtown Des Moines. We were having our Pride Festival, and Damian Priest and Austin Theory walked by.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh shit. I know. So the person I was with, I threw all my stuff at him. I had like a chicken sandwich, some clothes, and a drink. And I just like, take Priest.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Didn't want to get Austin Theory's picture though, because he was being a meanie head at Raw that day.
Oh yeah.
He was being a meanie head.
Oh damn bastard. Anyways, my funny I get a laugh out of it because I don't tend to fanboy out a lot, but I mean, if I got to meet Stone Cold Steve Austin, that'd be thrown out the damn window. But
right.
Anyways, my wife and I were down in Orlando at Disney World with my parents, the older of my two sisters, her husband, and their kids.
Okay.
And we're getting ready to leave. And like, I don't know if I dropped something or if I bent to tie my shoe or what, but I had bent down, and on my way up, all of a sudden, I see that T-Rex skull on his shoulder. It was Kevin Owens, like practically within like less than a foot from me, and I'm like, oh. But he was with his family, and I'm like, I don't want to cause any chaos for his family time.
Mm-hmm.
I know I saw him, and then I just proceeded to run up to my wife like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
It's so funny that you have one of these kind of stories because when I was in North Carolina, I lived in Greensboro,
Mm.
and swear to you, I definitely seen Charlotte Flair, but I knew it was Charlotte Flair, but I didn't like go up to her or anything, but I knew it was her. I knew it.
One of those things, kind of like I mentioned when I saw you at Revolver. I'm like, I know that's probably them, but I don't want to go up and ask them, and then it'd be like, no. I'm like, well, fuck. Now that feels awkward.
No, that's definitely me. Anytime you see me at Revolver, come and say hey.
Oh, I will
The
definitely.
first show?
Hmm?
You going to the September 21st show?
I'm debating it because my wife wanted to go to a Nebraska football night game,
Uh,
and they got one the night before, and I'm like, damn it, am I gonna even have any energy to even try to make the drive over there?
all I will say is Cruel is
Oh,
taped,
cool. Yeah.
and oh my God. I seen him back I seen him at Deadlock Pro, and he did a choke slam, and when he did the choke slam, the person like I don't know what Cruel did, but like lifted him up and then like backflipped him. I was like, how did that even happen?
Yeah.
Cruel's a beast and he's scary. So I,
One of the first matches I ever watched on IWTV after I got it back was actually him versus Matt Tremont in that Buried Alive match. That was nuts.
it's disturbing.
Yeah. No.
It's disgusting. It is disturbing. It is scary.
Yeah. No. But hell, they for an independent promotion to be able to put on the production that something like that requires, they did pretty damn good.
For sure. For sure.
And I got nothing but love for H2O because they have been extremely good to me. So shout out to those guys. Now, on to the next question. Now, I know wrestling can take up a lot of time, but everybody has downtime. What are some hobbies that you have, if any?
Um, does work count?
I mean,
Gosh, I feel like it's work or wrestling that take up my life. But right now, since I do have a broken ankle, I am healing. But when I am healed, I am getting back in the ring ASAP Rocky, and I am going to be training myself to be stronger and better than I was before.
I can't blame you there. Want to be back and better than ever. I can respect that.
Yeah, but honestly, like I used to have hobbies, and then I was like, no, I can't do this because work and wrestling.
Nope, I get you.
I used to be a dancer, like a hip hop dancer.
Okay.
So I used to make dances all the time. Now I'm like, yeah, you won't find me doing that anytime soon.
Yeah, no, people try to joke with me about dancing. I'm like, nope, I'm that typical white guy with no rhythm. Nope, not gonna do it.
I have a little rhythm to me, just a little. Though.
People, when I dance, they don't know whether to cheer me on or call an ambulance.
Fair.
Hey, the way I look at it, if anybody can make fun of me, it's myself.
Yeah.
And Lord knows I do enough of that. All right. Now, I am not a picky eater in the least, but I do have like my absolute no. What is like a least favorite food of yours?
Onions, 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 disgusting onions. I
Whether raw or cooked, or just none.
do not bring an onion around me. Do I look like Shrek? No, I do not. Keep that funky, funky vegetable away from me.
You know,
Don't put it
I know
in.
a few people like that.
Don't put it in nothing. I can taste it right away. But it's so funny because I can do onion powder,
Mm,
but onions, period, no. Keep it away from me. I don't.
no, I can get you there. I know my wife, as long as it's cooked, she's fine. It's like you go to places and they'll have onions on a hamburger or something. It's like, no, just give it to me without that.
Ugh, disgusting. Cannot do it.
Yeah. No, they're definitely not my favorite thing, but I can tolerate them. My thing, and my my nieces especially like to laugh at me about this, but like anything that's just straight peas,
Peas.
like I just if they're mixed in like a casserole or something, then it's whatever.
Okay.
But just straight up peas by themselves, no, I don't want it.
He said, hell no.
I don't know if it's like the mushiness of it, and I don't like
I love me some peas.
that. And my family does love to give me shit about this, but deviled eggs. I don't know if it's a texture thing. I can't.
I'm not doing it either, so I agree.
My parents got me to try them one time because I have that philosophy that, I will try just about anything once. And if I don't like it from there, I won't have it again.
That part.
The last time when they tried to get me to have one, I like one bite in my mouth and then I was just
Yeah.
like I
Yep.
couldn't. Like I had to run over to the trash can.
You know, I will say, um, growing up, I won't even get into that, but spaghetti was ruined and
Hmm.
chili was ruined for me because of
And what?
chili.
Oh,
Spaghetti and chili were ruined because of onions. Onions ruined them for me.
yeah. I guess you would have to find some way of getting it made without.
You can do onion powder. Onion powder, that's it.
Onion, yeah, that one, yeah, no, I can understand because, like I said, my stuff, and hell, I've had some stuff all over. Like my wife loves Thai food,
Yeah.
and I like to joke with my wife, especially when I first met her. That I'm like, I've had Thai food in Thailand
Yeah.
because I
Oh,
literally have.
oh
I've
my God.
literally been there.
I want to go. That'd
It
be
is it is something. It is something else. I don't think it helped me that I think it was the second Hangover movie where they're in Thailand.
yeah.
That came out right before my deployment. And that movie alone confirmed every single story I had ever gotten told about Thailand. And then I go there. Yep, pretty much. It's craziness.
I'll have to go and visit.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful area, though. If you get those places like right out by the ocean, holy crap, it's beautiful.
Heck yeah.
All right. Now, with the name of a show like I have, I feel like it would be basically a sin if I didn't ask this. Favorite drink, whether it be alcoholic or non, or one of each, because I like to try to make it known that just because it says drinking at Moe's does not mean that it has to be alcoholic.
Oh, well, we're gonna get alcoholic today. um, Crown apple and Coke. That's a great one for me.
Ooh,
Love that. But Malibu and pineapple juice.
ooh,
That is my
that
go.
that
Anytime I just want to sip and relax and have a good time because it takes about 10 of those to get me drunk. So,
mm. Hey, I've had a couple that my wife has made myself, and that is a good one. I do enjoy um Jack and Coke, but I love putting grenadine in it. It basically tastes like a Jack and Cherry Coke.
yeah.
Delicious.
Oh
And
my God.
then me being a Dr. Pepper fiend, I've actually stumbled on. I had a shooter of the Jack Honey, and I just poured it in one time just out of curiosity, and I'm like, this is good.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to try that. So Dr. Pepper and because I love Dr. Pepper as well. So I'm really gonna have to try that.
Oh yeah, that is one that I recommend for any Dr. Pepper fan. Like, I don't know, have you seen that meme that I've seen it pop up a couple times where it's like, bro, who's keeping Dr. Pepper in business? I'm like, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
doing it.
good.
As hell, now they're the second biggest soda company in freaking America.
They are.
Yeah. I'm like, yes, I played a hand in it
Yeah.
because my wife always tells me I got a problem. I tell her as long as I got some, I don't got a damn problem.
I
All
love
right. Oh,
strawberries and
go ahead.
the strawberries and cream one. Oh my gosh.
That I am rather fond of the cream soda one.
And they've just made it like a coconut one as well.
So, you know what? Weird thing with that. I tried it out of like one of the 20-ounce bottles, and I didn't like. For some reason, I couldn't taste the coconut stuff.
Really?
But then I had a can of it, and it's like, okay, I can taste it now.
Hmm.
It was weird.
That is weird.
I don't know why.
But yeah, when I put it in a can, it was very coconutty. But like you could drink that with a lot of liquors.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
They know what they did there.
So that they did, too bad it was only a limited time thing though.
Was it really?
Yeah. Like I can't find it anywhere now.
What big dumb idiots.
Yeah, no, they need to make that like
Period.
permanent thing, like they've done with the cream soda and the strawberries and cream one.
Love it.
Yeah, you need to get, just make the whole damn line.
Yes.
All right. Last but not least here, best advice you have for anybody wanting to get into wrestling.
Best advice. I would say learn the fundamentals. Like learn the fundamentals first. Don't focus on anything else but learning what you have to learn. Then start bringing in your character and who you want to become. Or do it the way I did. Whatever you want to do.
But no, solid advice because, once you have the fundamentals down, then you can start getting into, all the psychology of your character and stuff and how you want to tie that into all the fundamentals you've learned. And then, it's a ever evolving, ever learning process. So you're always going to be learning new stuff. So you can always, just mold everything into your own thing.
Absolutely. One thing I will also say is like you are going to learn wrestling for the rest of your life. Once you are done training, keep going. And I think that's one thing that I lost sight of. Because I would go to training and I would try new moves and whatever. But like now that I broke my ankle and I'm like dying to get in the ring, oh, it's not. You're about to see a brand new like I don't know, but you're always gonna learn. You're always gonna.
Oh yeah. No, and I can understand. You get taken away from it for a while, and then you're like, you have that bug that you're like, God damn it, I need to get back.
Yeah, seriously, that's how I feel. I'm like itching and crawling.
Oh yeah, I can totally get you there.
And wobbling, I should say.
I've been there. I've been there. Unfortunately, more times than I care to admit. I was accident prone for quite a while.
Touche.
Anyways, before we go, where can people find you social media wise? So if they don't already have their eyes on the king, they can go ahead and get them there.
Leon King on Facebook. And my Instagram is, I believe, Leon. Oh my gosh, what is it? Leon underscore King 1029.
I'll look it up.
Leon King. Find me.
Yeah, I'll look it up. We'll get it in the description.
Heck yeah.
We got it covered. Anyways, that is about all I have. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight. Best of luck out there in your road to recovery and look forward to seeing you back and better than ever.
We're going to get there.